I'll just be blunt and I'll say it. An autopilot life is a wasted life. Make today your very last day living life on autopilot. There's too many of us allowing other people to dictate the life that we have. And the truth is, we're not even aware of it. And what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is you are a sum of what you digest from online, social media, everything. Everything that you watch, everything you consume makes you who you are today. You know, when they say you are what you eat, you are also what you watch. That's why what you watch needs to be positive, right? You're also what you listen to. That's why there's a big push for secular music to be listened to a lot less nowadays, because we don't want to end up like the things that they're saying in those songs, right? You are what you eat, watch, listen to. You are who you hang around. You are what you consume. All of that is 100% true. And the problem is you have allowed those things to dictate your life subconsciously without even knowing. Instead of trying to figure out a path for yourself, you're just taking the path that everybody else takes. You're just doing what everybody else does. So-and-so travels to this place, so now you want to travel there too. It's okay to be inspired, but make sure that you're still authentic. You don't want to lose your authenticity. You don't want to lose your originality. And a lot of people have lost their authenticity, and that's why they're copycats of everybody else. They're trying to be like everybody else. They're trying to be like everybody else. And that puts you on autopilot. Because the truth is, what it means to be purpose driven, it means that you are not living your life on autopilot anymore. It means that you are the captain of your own ship. You are the driver of your own car. You are the pilot of your own plane. And nothing is getting in the way of that. Now, the problem is we can let people dictate what we do, even consciously, right? Asking for advice and taking it as gold. Everything that I tell you guys at the end of the day have to decide for yourself, does this make sense for my life or not? I don't want you to listen to me and just take it as gold. I want you to listen to me, think for yourself, save what I'm saying, store it for future use if it's necessary. That's what I want for you, right? Nobody is here to control you, and nobody can control you. You have to control yourself. You have to lead yourself. You have to make sure that you are the pilot of your life, of your plane, right? It's your life. Are you building somebody else's dreams? Are you living somebody else's life? Have you ever thought for yourself? Have you ever thought about what you wanted? Have you ever thought about the goals that you wanted in life? Have you ever thought about the dreams that you wanted to accomplish in life? Have you? Have you ever thought about what you wanted? You, sitting on the other side of that camera right now, man. Yes, you. Not nobody else, not what your friends telling you that you need, not what your parents want for you, but what do you want for yourself? Because here's the thing, you have to live with the results. So you might as well go in the direction that you believe is best for your soul, your evolution, your life, your spirit. Because you have to live with the results, and I don't want you blaming anybody for how your life looks, whether it's positive or negative. You have to be accountable for your life. And that means you can no longer be on autopilot. You gotta take the steering wheel, bro. You gotta take the steering wheel. You gotta control your life. You have to be aware of the decisions that you're making. You can't just decide and not think. And what's helped me is I started to question. I'm like, why am I going this way? What patterns have I been doing that made me choose this or made me think like this? And the more I start to question, the more I start to think. And the more I start to think, the more I start to understand that this is my life, that I'm free. I'm free. That allows me to be confident within myself. That allows me to make decisions and live with those decisions and be accountable as a man. That allows me to have self-respect, self-love, self-care. Because I understand that wherever I go, I have to live with that decision. So I'm not going to go in a direction just because it's popular, just because people would like me to think that way. I'm going to go in a direction that works for me, that works for my life. And I'm not scared. I'm not fearful. I don't care if people accept me or reject me, because God accepts me and I accept myself. And I have to live with the man that I am. I have to live with the man that's looking in the mirror, looking right back at me each and every day. And I don't want to look at that man in the mirror and say, you're not even a result of who you wanted to be. You're just a result of what you see, of what you consume. Because truthfully, who would I be? Who would I be if I wasn't myself? Who would I be if I'm just who everyone else wants me to be? I'm like a dancing clown in a circus with strings attached to me. I'm a dancing puppet. I move here because people say that that's popular and that's safe. I move here because people say that this is what's best for me in my life, even though they're not living my life and they don't pay my bills. Whoop-de-woo. When am I going to move in the direction that I want to move in? That's what I had to ask myself. That's what I had to understand. I'm not going to ever please anybody because I'll never be perfect in anybody's eyes. I'll never be perfect, so I might as well live the life that I believe is right for me, because people are going to judge me regardless. People are going to judge me no matter what I do, no matter how I move. People are going to judge me. So again, it all depends on what you want to do, bro. It's your life. That's what it's all about. And I'm not going to hang around no negativity, no negative people. I'm not going to hang around people that don't believe in themselves. I'm going to hang around people that are positive. I'm going to hang around people that want to see me win. And I want to hang around people that want to win as well. And if you're not living your own life, then the question will come in: who's living it for you? Who's dictating it for you? So let's be honest. Why do we fall into this trap of being in autopilot? Well, first off, we are fearful that if we make a wrong decision, not only do we have to be accountable, but we have to live with the results. We're fearful of that. Now, the truth is, we're going to have to live with the results regardless. And, you know, when we're boys, when we're growing up, you know, a lot of the times we are living on autopilot because our parents kind of have the answers, right? They're raising us to be good, respectful human beings, teaching us ways of life, things that we should know, things that we should pay attention to, how we should act, what you should wear sometimes, you know, to certain places. So in childhood, there's a lot of learning. However, in adulthood, there's a lot of trying, and there's going to be a lot of failure. And you have to be willing to fail. You have to be willing to have trial and error if you want to succeed in life. You have to be willing to take your life off of autopilot and make the decisions that you need to make for your life. Now, that doesn't mean, oh my gosh, we're free, we need to go crazy. You know, standards, morals, all of those things matter, right? Living by codes and ethics, those things will always matter. Even if it feels like it's gone away in society, those things will always find its way back, because that's the standard and that's the foundation on which life is built. And so you can't get rid of the foundation. As long as there's life, there will always be morals. There will always be a code of honor and dignity. So I'm not saying to go out here and act crazy or act foolish, but what I am saying is, if you want to chase your goals and dreams, you're not hurting anybody. Go and do that. What I am saying is, if you're making a decision between applesauce or the apple, the fruit, decide what you want. You're not hurting anybody. Do not be afraid to make these choices in your life, big or small. If you want to move out of your hometown, which I recommend because it teaches you a lot, do that. There's no need to be fearful. There's no need to be fearful. Create your own lane. Create your own path. Never forget where you came from, though. That's super important, right? Never forget where you came from. But it is important to create your own lane, to do your own thing, especially in a world that's full of copycats, in a world that doesn't even know its own identity, right? If you can figure out your identity in this particular world, you're going to go far. If you can carve out your own lane in this world that we're in, you're going to go far. What I'm saying is, the world of copycatting, the world of trying to be like everybody else, that's not the same world we're in anymore. The world that we're in rewards people who are able to be authentic. It rewards people who are able to be original, who are able to carve out their own lane and do their own thing and not be afraid of that. So whatever purpose you have, whatever dream you have, whatever goals you have, don't let other people dictate that for you. Also, understand that you're not a kid anymore, which doesn't mean that we go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. We still have morals and standards and dignity and respect and honor. But it means that now we're able to have the ability to make our own decisions because we are adults. And we understand that we have to pave out our own lane. Whether people agree with us or not, whether people want to help us or not, whether people want to see us succeed or not. You know, a lot of people, they'll say to me, how are you going to make that happen? Instead of saying, how can I help you make that happen? I'm going to repeat that one more time because I'm sure this is going to happen to you as well as you continue to follow your goals and your dreams. A lot of people have asked me, how are you going to make that happen? Instead of asking me, how can I help you make that happen? Because the truth is, when you are carving out your own lane and when you're making decisions for yourself in this life, people don't really believe that you can do that. They just don't. Because most people do not make decisions for themselves. They allow others to make decisions for them. So instead of having critical thinking, they think like the person that came before them and the person that came before them and the person that came before them. And in many ways, that's important because humanity is about stories and it's about lessons, and those things need to be passed down so humanity can sustain itself, right? We need to pass these things down. We need to pass down what we learn. And that's why it's important that I made a YouTube channel. So when I'm dead and gone, this is still here and I'll be transcribing it. I'll be making books one day. And, you know, you guys will hopefully see that. And, you know, I'll be an author, not for my own ego, but because humanity lives on through writing and it lives on through stories and things get passed down. However, not everything that gets passed down needs to be continued. Generational curses need to be broken. Dreams need to be achieved. Goals need to be achieved. And everyone has a different purpose, which means everyone has a different path on how to get there. Everyone has a different dream that's written on their heart, which means everyone has a different pathway to get there. So again, we love the people that came before us. We appreciate the people that came before us. However, we have to figure out how we have to do something. We have to figure out our own life. We have to figure out what we need to do to get to where we have to go in life. Nobody else can figure that out for us. And most importantly, nobody else can live with the results. Only we can. So if it's bad results, we got to live with it. And if it's good results, we got to live with it. Do not live your life on autopilot. Take control of your life, brother. You have one life, and when it's gone, it's gone. So appreciate this life. Appreciate the fact that you have the ability to self-improve, that you have the ability to make decisions. I believe every man should be decisive. It doesn't mean that you're making decisions super quick, but you may need to sharpen your mind because you might be put in a situation, life or death, truly, where you have to make quick decisions. And that is just the reality of life. Anything can happen. There is uncertainty all around, right? For example, whether you're an entrepreneur or whether you have a 9-to-5, you'll recognize that in the last year, a lot of jobs have been lost. A lot of people have gotten laid off and gotten fired because of technological advances such as artificial intelligence. And so if you have a job, there's uncertainty there. If you're an entrepreneur and you're creating your own business and you're diving deep into your passion and your purpose, there's uncertainty there. If you're hopping in a car, there's uncertainty there. If you're in a plane, there is uncertainty there. That's why I stress the importance of having gratitude. I think gratitude is so important simply because we do not know if this is going to be our last day or not. So we're going to live and we're going to make it our best day possible. And we're just going to keep on going and we're going to be the best version of ourselves. But most importantly, we're going to take the plane off autopilot. We're going to take the car off autopilot, because if you're telling me that it's uncertainty no matter where I am, no matter where I go, and if you're telling me that nobody can save me and make it certain or make it sure, then that means that I rather have the responsibility of flying this plane and flying this car, which has my name on it, which is my body, it's my life, and I'm going to make sure that I'll make it the best possible, because you're telling me that nobody else can do that for me but me. I am my own responsibility, and that is why I am taking my life off of autopilot. So in the comment section, say it with me: I am no longer on autopilot. And that goes for people who felt like they were on autopilot. If you weren't on autopilot, that's perfectly fine, brother, right? Not every video I make is for every single body. I do think that there's gems that we could relearn, and I think that's important. But remember, I'm in this journey with you. And, this is my experience. I'm not just talking to you guys. I'm talking to myself as well. I don't believe that I have all the answers, but I'll tell you this. Each video, I do my best to relate to you guys, because the truth is, we're living this life together. We're in this journey together. I'm in Georgia. You're probably in a different part of the world. That's perfectly fine. But we're still on this earth together. And I know that a lot of us have been on autopilot for way too long. And that's not a bad thing, because now we've woken up. In the comment section right now, I am no longer on autopilot. I am no longer on autopilot. I am no longer on autopilot. And the reason why I tell you guys to put things in the comments sometimes is because it's powerful. Once you say something, once you write something, let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Whether in spirituality, having a relationship with the Creator, or having a faith or religion, everyone agrees that the genesis is that God spoke life into existence. And we were all made in God's image, which means that you have the gifts. You have to believe it. You have to have faith in those gifts. And I'm trying to tell you, once you speak something, God has given you this amazing gift that it could really come true if you have faith and if you believe. If you have faith and if you believe. It's so important to speak it. It's so important to write it, because the next step will be actionable and you'll be able to achieve it. So let it be. So let it be. I am no longer on autopilot. For me personally, it's me and God. Me and God are figuring this out. Me and the Creator. He's right here, right beside me. He's right here with 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 me. In my heart space, in my spirit, in my mind, in my soul, next to me, around me, the trees, nature, everything. He is with me. He's never left me or forsaken me. And as long as I got him, I'm gonna be just okay. I'm gonna be fine. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys, because as long as I got y'all, I know that I got a brotherhood. Peace.